Welcome everyone to what is it today? Thursday's advanced class. So seems like Alex today had a little bit of an internet issue in the morning. He was talking about that at the beginning of the class. I did call out. I did jumped into two trades. You're gonna laugh, my friend. I know you are. Litecoin, right? and also OM. I knew it. I knew it. OM already have taken TP number one. Hopefully you guys did enter. I gave that signal yesterday and also the day before, but my entry zone was not being hit. And then yeah, I did not cut the exact bottom like here Master of Charts does. And dude, you are so good at catching those bottoms. But I caught it right as it went down to my entry zone, bounced TP number one hit, stopped to entry, then waiting for TP number two, and then let's just trail it. Let's just trail it. Let's see how that plays out. Let me share very quick what I was talking or what I'm talking about. Here is OM, right? I know it's a little bit messy. It has my instructions here to when I do screenshots. I was calling this one out on the 4 hours and then also trading it on the 15 minutes. It's still a highly dangerous trade, or it was still a highly dangerous trade. And let's just clear this up for a second and give it a thought in here, right? We've been testing the dynamic reactor. At some point, if we are not able to bounce from it and we just keep testing it, right, that dynamic reactor is going to get weaker and we're going to pass through. Nonetheless, if you go to the 15 minutes and then you start looking at tops and bottoms, we could absolutely figure out a range area in here. There we go. So based on that range area, let's go to the 15 minutes to take a look at it. There it is. Let me reduce the noising here for you guys. Much better. Basically on that ranging area, I was aiming right here for this alert to be hit. In fact, if you see, my alert was above my entry zone, right above my entry zone, just so I could get alerted. By the way, I recreated this alert once again because once it gets hit, it's just gone, all right? And what happened is that when it went back down here, we were almost at the flip of the ribbon, and I did not wait it. I jumped in earlier. I could have entered with a better entry here, of course, but it was just a setup entry, right? So I put it on place in this case and just waited. So as it went down, entered, did not took my stop loss, thanks God. It went pretty fast downwards here, and I was like, dude, if we close this one down below, that's going to be a confirmed breakout to the downside, and I'm going to get stopped out. But it didn't. It actually bounced with the flip of the ribbon, great at reversal zone as we were expecting, and then move up. Oh, come on. Let me just block this. Lock it. Perfect. And then TP number one zone right here. So TP number one. And then right now I'm waiting to hit TP number two. What is that TP number one zone? Let me bring it up. Here we go. This is because we have a little bit of a low volume here. I could have aimed all the way up here, but also if I bring up, there we go, our predictive ranges, we have a predictive range right at that zone. So because of confluence, top of the range, predictive range, and volume bar, or deficit bar, just to call it out by its name. There we go. That's what I was aiming for. Took profits, moved up to N3, and then just aim it. Look at that, how close to my TP2 was, but at least we're still within the trade, and it seems like we want to keep pushing upwards. If we are able to close above this previous high, I think we have a high chance to take not only TP2, but if we go to the 4 hour, I think we'll be able to hit all the way up here, almost at the top. So that will be a best case scenario entry of 1436, which I usually tend to do 10x. For me, that will be 143% minus fees and funding fees, because this has been open for 2 days, if I'm not wrong, or at least yesterday. But I do remember calling out on Tuesday. So other than that, very close to that one. Hopefully we can do that rally to the upside. And Litecoin, oh my God, Litecoin, come on, buddy. Push it, please. Yes. So I give the entry right here at this line. but they start moving up fast. So I usually give the entry and enter. So I think I need one more hand to start doing everything at the same time. So I gave the entry right at the green line, which is a support area. It played out very nicely. Nonetheless, I did so it as we were hovering here, not as we were coming back down. So I gave the entry, change candle, pushed up. I grab it right here, and the candle changed. Went down a little bit. I'm on profit at this point. We're having that bouncing zone, green reversal right here in OS box. Oh, can I move it? Yeah, OS box right here. Over soul, sorry, box right down here. And seems we want to push up. If I can close this candle in the green, like in the green box, I'm going to be not moving my stop to entry, but shorting my stop. My stop is going to be here. And why one of my rules for me to push my stop loss right to my entry point, it is full candle, body, and wick in the green. And I'm not there yet. So we'll see how far can we push through. If I turn on my dynamic reactor, you'll see that I'm pretty far from a dynamic reactor, and also I'm coming from a Wyckoff range, possibly this being the spring. So it will also make sense to hit my TP number 1 target, which is the bottom of this range in here, going back down here to my entry point, most likely taking me out, and then creating a higher high, which I will be manually re-entering, and then off we go as we break through, off, breakthrough, retest, and then off we go as we break through that dynamic reactor. So that is the plan for Litecoin 15 minutes at this point. Is it going to play out exactly? That is Bitcoin dependent. In Bitcoin, man, dude, somebody please throw a life jacket to it, because it's just flip. How
It's dying.
Yes, it's flopping and wrapping. How CryptoFace said?
Flopping and groping.
Flopping and groping. Yes. So
Yes.
somebody put him out of his misery, please. Bitcoin, right? Oh man. So that's what I got. I mean, Bitcoin going downwards, still altcoins bouncing up. We need to be careful, because if Bitcoin takes a dump, altcoins are going to follow. Altcoins are going to follow. So that's why those two are a very dangerous trades, and I'm trying to move my stop to entry as soon as possible. Alex, how did your trade win? I know it was not that good today because of the internet failure. Did you manage to pull out an entry or pull into an entry? Tell me more. Tell me more.
It was an interesting day, to say the least. Pretty wild, and obviously Jerome Powell scared the markets yesterday. And you know what? I'm kind of upset I didn't take this short this morning. It was pretty obvious. Now looking back, it's always easy when you look back. It's never easy sometimes in the moment. So don't be mean to yourself. And manage your risk. I think that's the key. Is like, from anything like this, you have to understand that risk management is everything. Okay. I'm currently looking for a long down here at Golden Pocket here, looking for a bounce continuation. We currently have clipping on our 5-minute and looking for that bullish divergence coming in here. And we'll see if we get that for a push back up to a very loud order block within here. I can see it. Maybe you guys can't, but there's one up here. There's one up here. We have VWAP above us right now. So we have broken through VWAP. VWAP's coming in here. As you can see, there's VWAP. Okay, so bouncing out of here and reclaiming VWAP and looking for that continuation as well. Now, this is why I always tell you guys to take these levels down. I was able to get long last night here and take this up here, and then I went to bed. I wish I held it, obviously, but there's a good lesson within what happened yesterday, and I think that's so important to talk about. Okay, so let me get rid of all of my my trend lines and support and resistance. And the lesson, in my opinion, is to zoom out. Okay, and you know, we're super bullish, right? We're super bullish. We're going to the moon. We said that we've been bullish since the 10th, right? Up only since the 10th. So we've literally had 8 days of up only since the 10th. So they're going to come back, right? And you guys know me, I'm always drawing liquidity, right? So we're always looking at liquidity here. And then what do we have, right? We zoom out. What do we have at the top here? Well, very clearly we have a head and shoulders pattern, right? And yesterday, I took a long yesterday from here looking for the continuation, right? Looking for that because I'm bullish, right? I'm bullish. It makes sense. Let's go long, right? However, understanding liquidity, where we're at, triple top, right? Triple top, bearish divergence, overextended here, breaking structure to the downside, everything really pointed down. Okay? Now, we can't always predict these things because we know that Jerome Powell spoke yesterday and crushed. I mean, look at the S&P, guys. This is crazy, right? We look at the S&P. This 3% for the S&P is very devastating. Okay, very big. That's like 30% in crypto. Okay, and we haven't even really gotten crushed down. But I do give you guys my key areas and where we're looking for potential longs, potential, and the pink ones are the very important ones. So always pay attention to the pink ones. You would have been able to catch that bottom last night as well. Okay, and I always give you guys those levels. But what we can see here is that we're pretty much up only. And if we're looking at, our trend, we have really, what did OC and I say yesterday? Coming back and retesting $100,000 as support, which we are doing right now, would be very bullish. Okay? That would be a support and resistance flip and a continuation. Okay? So if we do end up, range bound in this channel, right? Lower the channel, continuation upwards is still very much on my radar. That's why I'm looking for a long right now off of that bounce that we're talking about in short term. So long term, yeah, of course, we push up, we come down. We push up, we come down. We push up. That's what we've done. We've come down, right? So, this is leverage longs, right? Leverage longs, maybe they get in this low at this low here, right? So they come back and they wreck them, right? Same with all of this. You can imagine, not many people are getting long here or here, but they're definitely coming back to get them, to not allow them to enjoy free money. They're being mean to us, right? This mean Jerome Powell, Larry Fink, big plans ruining everything. Right. So same thing here, right? We getting long, and I caught longs. I caught longs all throughout this, right? But what they're not letting anybody do is enjoy up only, which can be frustrating if you're not taking profits along the way. Right now, probably OC, he's taking profits, but he's not getting those big moves that he wants, unless he gets in like here. He's getting that big move, but if he's getting in here, they're coming back, right? And then they're really coming back if you're in a swing long, right? So understand the environment is so important when trying to trade this kind of stuff right now. So we have a bear flag, right? What are we going to get here? Are we going to get a bounce and a continuation out or not, right? So looking at the price action, why I'm upset that I didn't get short this morning, okay? So understanding this. So we got long here, great. Up we go, right? What did we do again, right? So we came, we consolidated, chopped down, we swept the lows, coming back for liquidity within these lows in here, which is very good, right? We were looking at this order block from Chart Prime. That was a great order block that was given to us. Also a very big value area. Okay, so when we zoom out again, let's zoom out again. Let's look at our value area. I pointed this out to you guys yesterday as well. Is that we do have a massive level of, is it this one? I've switched these up, so I have my volume profile here. A massive amount of support here, okay? If you take your fixed range volume profile, you can see the exact same thing. You have your point of control, your big volume support here. So this is a massive shelf of volume right here that we are looking to hold price up, okay? So breakout, retest, continuation, right? That's what we're looking for. Okay, so we're looking for this. Will we get it? Make or break kind of deal, right? However, we are in some sort of channel, it's saying here, but understanding that this area within here is, in my opinion, a must hold. Otherwise, acceptance back into the range in here, okay? Back into this area in here, probably coming back down to 90,000, okay? And nobody wants to hear that, so I won't say it too loud, but probably coming back to 90,000 If we lose, I would say if we lose 97 here. Okay, if we lose 97, we lose this trend. Okay, that would be right around, 97, 96.7. Right, if we lose that here, the further along we get in time, the higher this gets, okay? So the closer support gets to us and the easier it is to break down, okay? So be cautious here. I want to see this hold. Now, why I wish I got short here, and I heard it, I said it in the live stream too, which is kind of annoying. But we have created liquidity all the way up here. And we do have a very good resistance. Okay, so we pull up our areas. Look, I even had a giant friggin' sell here. It said sell, Alex, and I didn't sell. Okay. And I shake my head at myself here. We go swing high to swing low. We got a perfect golden pocket resistance level in here. Okay, perfect. Then we have a retest of previous lows. Okay, coming in here and an order block in here. We have created a sweep of the lows. So a sweep of the lows bounce. So the V-shaped recovery typically gets recovered at least halfway up the candle. Where are we right now? Halfway up that candle, right? Okay. Liquidity up only overnight, building a short. Okay. The market maker, people are longing, right? All the way up, building liquidity. So what happens here is the market maker this morning, and if we go to where we started trading this morning, 8 a.m., right? So the market maker this morning has come back here. We were looking for a long here. I said no. Then breakout retest. I took a long in here, took profits, made like a quick $100 on a scalp. But what I should have been doing and looking for is the mitigation of the highs, sweep of the highs, liquidity grab, and a dump into the sell wall. Okay, right? A perfect trade setup. Look at this. Sweep of the highs, right? Short there, stop above the high, right? Looking to come back and target halfway up, down to the bottom. Did I take it? No. Okay. Did I take it? No. And that's fine. However, I was looking for this and it came down, and I was looking for a bullish divergence in here, and I got stopped out with a $500 loss this morning. Okay. Since then, my internet went out here. I have scalp long this twice, and I've made my money back because that's how I roll. Okay. And I'm currently looking for this thing to bounce and continue upwards. Okay. Just at least into a fair value gap. There's a nice fair value gap up in here, a 15-minute fair value gap, at least up into here. Okay. Looking for price to get to. We could see continuation downwards, double bottom, fake out. Okay. Very possible. But right now, trying to stay level headed, trying to say like, if this, then that, very, trying to be patient, right? Trying to be patient. I am thinking, they're going to continue to rug people, and eventually one of those rugs are going to be the one that shoots up. Okay. That's not for us to determine. It's us to try and participate while using good risk management. Okay. So for me right now, it's a bit of a waiting game. I'm really mad at my internet because I didn't get to keep trading this morning and live streaming, but that's how the cookie crumbles. So right now you see a little bit of a double bottom. I bounce up here looking for that continuation up into this area here, just targeting maybe the lows of the range in here. Okay, we do have some key areas as well coming in here, so some resistance along the way. We'll see if we get up into here around 101.5. Okay, but holding that psychological number of 100,000 is basically what we look for the market to do. Okay. It's on a higher term time frame. It's that 4-hour, breakout retest of 100,000 and continuation out, right? We can trade the in between like I always do, but it's the macro and where we look to see strengths, because we know altcoins are absolutely getting rocked right now, but this is still up only. If we zoom out even more, this is still parabolic, okay? And if we zoom out more, this is still an astronomical bull run. Okay, even if we consolidate and then go, it's still bullish. Okay, so let's when in doubt, zoom out, as they say. Obviously, we want it to keep going up, right? Like you gotta ask yourself, does this look sustainable right now? Right? if you were to trade this right now, where do you think it's going, right? You look at our indicator here and we say, hey, okay, so we are overextended, right? We're getting lots of bearish divergence here. The market, everybody feels like, I think everybody feels like they're owed, they're owed some money, right? The market, we've waited this long. Where's my money? Show me the money. XRP doubling in price. Where's my injective? Why hasn't gone up 2x, 3x, right? And that can be unhealthy. That can be detrimental. I always stress to separate the hodl bags from the trading bags. Remember what I showed you guys yesterday on where I thought what we were doing, and I thought we were doing this. Remember this. Okay? Remember this. I bring it over and I'll show you again. I showed you this yesterday, did I not? I showed you this yesterday. This part happened a lot faster than I thought. Okay? But that's why it's a fractal. It's not perfect. Yeah. Two pump chump, as they say. So yeah, could this be more condensed? Absolutely. It could be a lot more aggressive and fast, right? And then we go. Okay. I'm still bullish. It's just we need to be level-headed in an environment such as this, and that's that. Okay. So we wait. Trading is waiting. We wait for the next setup. Am I long right now? No. Am I looking to get long? Absolutely. Hopefully we can take advantage of this, okay? I will look for one more sweep. Right now we got some sort of triangle here. 50-50 chance, okay? At key levels, I look for this. We'll see if we get it. Looking to get up into here. For now. Now, one thing that is interesting too is that I also said why I should have gotten short as well. If we look at my trend lines here, we had a perfect trend line rejection as well. Okay, there was another confluence in there of the downtrend, right? That's why I was looking to take the breakout retest this morning. I took it, right? I took profits quickly. I got stopped out. I should have been looking to short, okay? But always hindsight's 2020. That's never, it's always good to reflect on how you could be better in the moment. Sometimes it's hard to make those decisions quickly. As a scalper, it's always quick, boom, 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 trade. And you always gotta be making good decisions and managing risk all the time. So it's not, trading is not meant to be easy, but there's a lot of money to be made as long as you're managing your risk and giving yourself a chance, right? Even yesterday on that dump down, I took that loss there, but I was able to scalp right here. I was able to long right here. I was able to long right here as well, right? So I took a $500 loss here and then 580, 200, 100 back in the green for the day, right? Very easily done. It's just how are you managing your trades, right? So there was a couple people on my stream yesterday that said they got liquidated, and it really upset me because it's like I don't come on YouTube or whatever to try to get people wrecked. Best Loser Wins, very good book. I don't come on to, we're all adults here. We're all, men and women here, right? But this is your number one job right here is protect your capital. Okay. Otherwise you'll be going back to McDonald's or Walmart and pushing shopping carts. Okay. And we don't want to go there. It's serious and it's people's money. And it's very important to protect your risk and protect yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay. And that's what I'm looking at right now.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it, especially because retrospective. I think that is a very important part of trading, right? Let me share what I got here. In retrospective, and as you mentioned, trading is not always easy, right? And there's many factors to be considering as we go, right? We all try to make our best on our abilities and how we perceive stuff, right? For example, right now, I could just come tell you and say in retrospective, hey, look at that trend line. Wasn't it obvious that we make a breakout retest and off you go? what didn't you short, right? I could be telling you. But if you traded with us, you also will be looking at we were pretty freaking bullish, right? Yes, we had a reversal right after a breakout. Usually that reversal is a breakout retest, right? Not only that, you see the previous high, we also have a breakout retest, and off we go, break of the new all-time highs. We knew a reversal was coming, and what happened? We waited here for the push up. It did make a push up in here, but ended up breaking through. So then, what do you short? Are you chasing after a short? Of course not. At this point, it's a breakout, retest, and off we go. But sorry about that. But once again, are we bullish or are we bearish, right? And I think that was very, very clear on Alex. So perspective, right? And for me, it is we are above the dynamic reactor. We're bullish. That's it. I'm not looking for shorts, right? Not at this point. If I start losing the dynamic reactor in 4 hours, I'll start looking for shorts, and then I start doing a restructuration of my own trading strategy, right? Which is how I roll also. I mean, if you want to take the long, short, long, short, long, short, great. That's on you. But you need to define what kind of like strategy you want. A common mistake with new traders, and me included when I started, it is like going to watch, for example, a YouTube channel that they trade under 5 minutes, and I was like excited to do the same thing, and then going to look a channel that I trade on the daily, and I was like, how did I not see that, right? And I wanted to take both of the world, I mean, both of the trades, right? And that just doesn't work for me, and doesn't work for 90% of the traders. And why is that? Because you need to understand your time frame before you can migrate to another one, experiment, understand it, try it, and adjust it. So all of those steps are in between a trade before you execute in a different time frame. So going from back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until I started wrecking myself, I decided to just do like the horses, right? Just to put 2 big chunks of wood in here, right? Not to look around, focus on my chart, focus on one, let's just say in structure, right? And develop my strategy. When I start doing that, I start seeing results. Then blinders, thank you. Yeah, for blinders. I put on some blinders to cut out the noise because, guys, media, social media, that's how it's designed for. Whoever has the flashiest thumbnail gets the most views, right? And sometimes I'm not gonna be putting names or anything, right? And just you guys know this. Sometimes they are deceiving with what they show on how they show it. So just be careful out there. Do not get yourself be blind spotted, but something that might not be real. How do you know it? You just paper trade it, right? Paper trade it. And also remember that not because it works for me, it's gonna work for you. You always need to fine tune. That's why every single time that I get requests, hey, OC, what is the best strategy? Yours, right? Yours. So what is the best setting? Give me the best setting for 5 minutes gold. Sorry, but I mean, I can give you mine, but that doesn't mean that it's gonna be the best, right? So that's kind of like I mean, we're not trying to be mean here, but if you're coming here, we're trying to give you the best value ever, and that is the best value answer, right? There's no one single thing that is going to just work magically for you without constraints, right? And well, just wanted to put that out. Back to the retrospective thing. Look at this. We have a little shoulder, we have a head, and if we maybe do this and we're not able to break this line in here, we could, because we're not there yet, we could be forming a head and shoulders, right? Remember that going into retrospective, see what you have missed, right, in here, and do not bang your chest of, although I still do, let's be real, right? I still do, yeah. And I said, dude, why did I miss that, man? Why? Well, here is like, I don't know. Maybe because we're mostly Catholics in Mexico, it's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, right? So that's the banging thing come from. But yeah, now that I see you like the gorilla, I just wanted to explain, right? So not keep like, I don't know, feeling bad about myself, although I still do, right? Like, how did I not see that? Well, then still understand that you're gonna be something, right? It's just no way that you're gonna nail them all out, right? This is not Pokemon. Nonetheless, going to do my due diligence in trying to improve my weakness, this is what I'm doing, trying to do now. All right, what am I missing, right? Let's go back one step. Did I just nail a trade? Yes, I don't nail it. Let's just keep that to the side and keep that emotion back. I need not to reinforce what I'm doing great, but reinforce what I'm not doing great because that is my weakest link, right? So at this point, what am I seeing here? A possible head and shoulders. Not too good because it is cricket to the way, or could be cricket because it's not there yet, could be cricket to where? To the breakout direction. And that is right downwards, right? So is it a dangerous point? Absolutely. That's just a classical way to measure this from the top to the median at the breakout point where we are 89. Alex, what were you showing levels? Somewhere around those areas, right? As a possibility.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so as a possibility, we still got
90K.
90K, exactly. Very, very, very close. Look at that. So as a possibility, it's there. How are we going to be preparing? Well, first, we can start taking lower time frames, longs, right? And then because we are at it above the dynamic reactor, be my guest if you want to short it. But for me, I'm not shorting it. I will consider shorting it after a breakout retest. See that I'm rejecting out of the zero line. That's going to be my short entry for before my predictive target. Always before unmeasured targets. Why? Because you never know when volatility is going to play against you. And if I start turning this on, look at how many bullish areas are there. I mean, which one's going to play it out? Which one is it, right? For sure. You guys tell me right now. We don't know, right? We don't know. But we can have an idea. And for me, that will be all right. The idea is flip of the ribbon at here, or whatever I am. If I have flip of the ribbon and I am on a bouncing area, that's it. That's it, right? And I can see it coming. Just like we see this one coming, just like we saw OM coming, remember? The bouncing area, the 15 minutes, that was on the 15 minutes. Oh, almost TP2, come on, push it. All right, pretty excited here.
Let's go.
So there we go, let's go. Yes, almost. So as you can see, we were coming down to a bouncing zone, right? And then what we were looking at the next support. That's exactly how you do it in Bitcoin, right? That's exactly how you do it in Bitcoin. That's exactly how you do it in gold. That's exactly how you do it in silver. That's how you do it in NVIDIA, so on and so forth, right? So BTC, USDT, look at that. Long 44x, 7+7%. Nice. Love
Quick
it.
scalp,
Love
baby.
it.
Let's go.
Oh, LBC in the house. What's up, my friend? Oh, so Litecoin also not completely decided to. So I just not just while Alex was talking, I moved my stop to higher, somewhere around 104. Still waiting for a full candle close into the green, and then I move to entry, right? So let's just keep a track on what's happening here, right? Let's keep a track on what's happening. So I'm not gonna be deleting everything, but most of the things in here. All right, so I think we have a pretty clear idea on how to follow up, I would say, on a trade. Tomorrow, I know this is not the end of class, but tomorrow we're going to be looking at the backtester or at the strategy builder and do a layered entry, just explaining how that works and how you can set it up, including a 3 commas example, right? Other than that, let's continue, guys. Do you want us to take a look at any other trade or something that you guys are looking at? Please let us know. Let me drop my screen. And Alex, are you looking at something else, maybe for this upcoming weekend?
I am. I'm looking for this thing to fly, man. No. We'll see. I mean, right now coming up into that, that fair value gap, we'll see if we fill that and then continue downwards. If this, then that, right? I think that's the key, is to be, a prepared trader, right? So for me, just trying to stay level-headed, an environment that's trying to wreck you, right? That's the hard thing, right? So, right now, for me, I saw this. I saw the sweep down in here, the hammer candle on the 3 minute. I went long. Okay. And obviously I paid myself already because for me, I was looking for this in here, right? And the bounce. Okay. Like I had a setup idea for my Discord as well. Like, so like I'm always like, I don't know, maybe this is like etch a sketch. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like I'm always trying to prepare myself with a plan, right? And like if I look at my plan, I can share it in here. Right. So here was my plan. And like a plan doesn't have to be complicated, friends. Okay, look at this. This was my plan as we were dumping. Okay, very, very simple. I'm like, we're gonna come down into this area and I'm looking to get long. Okay, very easy. Stair stepping its way out. What do we got in here, right? So we came in here. Yes, we came a little bit lower, which is fine. Which is fine. We're not looking to get in here. We're looking for this to hold, right? And this would be a retest, probably a golden pocket. If we go from here to here, there you go, golden pocket, continuation, right? Look at that, dynamic reactor, fair value gap up above here, simple target, right? So for me, obviously, I'm short-term time. I can go in like this, right? I see the hammer candle, stop loss below the hammer candle, looking to come up into the order block in here. I see my order block right there, very clear as day. Aggressive move out, right? What is price wanting to do right now? Okay, what is price wanting to do? It's wanting to wreck. In my opinion, we're bearish, right? We understand we're bearish. So if I'm taking a long, that's why I'm out of the trade already. Okay, because I am still looking for this. Okay, but you can take VWAP retest continuation here. See, another trade setup. You have dynamic reactor, fair value gap, order block. So there's a lot of resistance in here, but there wasn't a lot of resistance until we got past this, this bear pennant, I think. But what price is trying to do right here is people are shorting this thing, thinking we're going to zero, right? So what is price going to do? Right? We always got to think almost in opposites, right? Of how to take advantage of this, right? So big drop down, lots of liquidity, right? Same with here. Big run up, lots of liquidity. Okay. Price is going to have balance in the force. Okay. This is short-term time trading, right? I'm just trying to take advantage of the moves. Okay. So now, where are my key targets? If I'm looking at this, we're in an uptrend here. So I got volume coming in here. We've broken this, so I can look for breakout, retest, continuation off of here. I'm not taking that because of how much resistance in here, right? Because of the risk to reward, what am I trying to do? Make this? Where am I putting my stop loss? Under here? With my trade that I just took, my stop loss was like this, guys. If I'm wrong, I lose $50. If I'm right, I make 500. Very great. Risk to reward, right? Who gives a shit? I take $50. I could take $50, right? 6, 7, 8 times before I'm like down, So being as cheap as possible is everything. I can see there's an uptrend forming here. I can see we bounced off a golden pocket. We can also see that we're getting TP1. We're getting maximum check marks. You know what also told me to get into this trade? OC, when he was flipping through his screen, it said reversal. Okay? It said reversal. Maybe that was a sign from Lady de Guadalupe, Maybe he's saying, hey, we're going to, But that's fine. We trade probabilities. You could take this trade right now. You could have taken this trade right now. Stop loss under VWAP. Okay? But you have so much resistance in front of you. Okay? That's the concern. Okay? This to here, very easily done. Okay? I'm out already though. So just trying to manage this, and it's the same for your 1 hour trade, right? If you're looking for like this on a higher term time frame, it's the same thing, right? You want to be able to get into this long here while putting your stop under here and being as cheap as possible. It's the same thing, looking to target maybe up to whatever. Okay, back up to this gap up here, right? It's the same thing. You want to minimize this downside, right? Maybe you take profit a little bit early, stop loss to entry, yada yada yada, right? You guys know the deal. So it's if this then that, if this then that, if this then that, right? And definitely showing us how to take advantage. My concern is the liquidity down here, okay? If I was able to long this last night, which I was, if I show you my chart here. And I got out way too early, friends. Way too early, okay? If I was able to long this at the bottom here, this was last night, right? I was able to buy in at the bottom before we went up last night. And it was bedtime. So I got literally I hit, if we're looking at this, I got long at the bottom, which was right here. Okay? I hit take profit 1. I moved my stop loss literally to 101, I think it was 650. I put my stop loss here because it was late and I was watching the hockey game and playing video games. Okay? But there's nothing better when you're watching the hockey game, playing video games, and you get paid $300. It's orgasmic, man. It's like it's superstar, right? So but obviously I got stopped out just barely, but that's the skills we have, right? I mean, you shouldn't be trading too late at night, but it came back and it got me. But I was able to get long right here, right? And it came back, got me, and I wish, we always wish we held trades longer, but that's it, right? So now maybe I feel some FOMO now. Oh man, I shouldn't have gotten out. I could have made $2,000. I could have made $4,000. Who gives a shit? You made $500. Be happy, right? There's always ways to improve, right? Like this, my intention was for a scalp trade here. It gave me what I wanted, okay? It gave me what I wanted, right? Don't be greedy. Manage your greed. Say, okay, I'm getting long here. Looking to come up to this order block in here. Will we get the breakout? Okay? Breakout, continuation, hammer candle. Let's go. Cheap trade, right? Intention. So I think that's the thing. Now, if you guys want to go into altcoins, we can all play some sad music. Do we have sad music? Maybe we play like the Titanic song. Get some Celine Dion for everybody. Because altcoin season has been canceled. I'm an asshole, eh? Oh man. Guys, dominance is back. Dominance is back within the uptrend. Guys, we're retesting previous lows right now. This is kind of make or break for me. Look at this. We're retesting previous lows in here. Okay. We want to see a big old fat rejection here, please and thank you. However, this is still like if we're trying to be constructive here, right? This is still a lower high with a break of structure, okay? On a macro. This is still a lower high until we get up in here. I would say if we get above 60 again, I'm sorry, I'll cry with you, okay? And the stock market likes a 0.5. This looks like a 0.5 in my opinion. Let's see, swing low to swing high. Okay, coming up to our golden pocket retracement level. So let's put that in there. And let's see if we get a rejection from here. So we'll see. But, obviously very detrimental to our portfolios. Tia looks over. Yeah, I mean, Celestia. Jeez, man. In my opinion, a great area to buy. My average price is right around $5. So I'm pretty much almost underwater. I'm almost underwater. My average price is right here. Jeez. And I was up. Oh man, we were up so much money. That's fine. Opportunity. If you still believe this is we're gonna have an altcoin season, we're gonna go up, and I do still believe in that strongly, right? Opportunity, right? Opportunity. Be greedy when others are fearful, right? This is a perfect retest of this breakout. Okay. Near, same thing. Retest of previous highs. I always talk to you guys about this, right? Arbitrum, retest of previous highs, breakout range, retest here. Same thing, right? Healthy. Healthy, right? Look at this. This is not healthy. This is not sustainable. Okay? Eventually they're going to come and you're going to have to pay the piper, right? As they say. Even H bar, right? H bar looking bullish, but pennant. Even XRP, our favorite coin here. All right? Our favorite coin. Holding on for dear life, right?
Oh yeah.
Right? Jasmy, look at this thing. Unsustainable. Actually coming into a buy level for Jasmy for me, if we're looking at key areas that I'm looking for potential buys. Could be an opportunity here on Jasmy coming back up. I mean, quite a nice move. 25% back up into the highs here. Got the shoe pattern here. So we got double shoe, double stiletto. Okay. We wait. 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 Right? We go back to Bitcoin, right? Where we're trading right now. Was that a good close? I would say so. I would say so. We're coming right back to retesting the highs, right? Rejection off of the order block in VWAP, losing VWAP to the downside now. Coming back to the money flow point of control. Well, we hold, right? Zoom out a little bit for a more accurate money flow point of control because it's dynamic and it goes off the candles, okay? Don't just go off of what you see on the screen. Make sure you get as much data or data. I'm a data now, so you can call me data. But looking at this to come back into here, we'll see breakout retest, continuation trade, right? That could be the one. Could be the one. Coming in here. We'll see if it holds. I don't like that it lost VWAP. I don't like that it lost VWAP. So for me, I would say this is coming back down. I say the intention of coming up here was to get people who are getting short here. These guys. Okay. We'll see. I would like to see the sweep of this area in here. Something like that. We'll see what we get. What are you looking at, OC?
I moved my stop loss to entry on Litecoin, and that is exactly what you mentioned. Like there is a possibility that we now are making that little shoulder on Bitcoin, and that could pull back on altcoins. So especially, and let me share my screen. I think that would be much easier to see. By the way, OM did hit our TP number 2. Here it is. TP number 2 already hit. Right now it's just trailing. Set up your trailing. If you don't know how to set up your trailing, I usually gonna be looking for this kind of movements. So my trailing is gonna be I would say a little less than 2.62, which will give me either a retracement for TP number 1 or a better move to enter on TP number 2 and just calling the shots, right? Other than that, Litecoin. Let's take a look at Litecoin. What's happening here, right? I already have a developed flip of the pivot, right? Let me throw in here my horizontal line, my zero line. Where are you? Horizontal lines. Come on. There we go. Let's place it here, and as always, double click, set it to 0, enter, and then lock it, right? So the distance between what we can still do, right, and what we already have done, it is smaller, right? I mean, I know, or we are pretty much at the middle. So there is a real chance that we start flipping around, right, or just turning around. Especially since we haven't had that push that we saw, for example, on OM, right? I mean, by now I would have waited already to be hitting somewhere around here, or at least TP number one, but we haven't. We haven't. And even though we are very, very far for dynamic reactor, which I remember that was my aiming point right here, my aiming for point for TP number two, right? TP number two right there. TP number two, you see it, right? So I don't think we're gonna make it. So I could be wrong. Still, I just moved my stop to entry. I'm gonna be just holding for TP number one. If that plays out perfect, if not perfect, I'm gonna get stopped out at at profits. Right now, I should be earning like $1 or $2 in profit. Why? Because my stop loss it is like slightly above my entry point. I always want to have $1.50, whatever, right? If I can. So I'm not waiting for the candle close. I know I'm breaking that rule, but I already have one, two, and this is the third candle pushing upwards, still with low momentum. So that's the only reason I'm pushing my stop to entry, slightly above entry point, and that will be it. I mean, that is basically everything that I'm looking for. We are at 4 minutes to close this candle. So I think we're gonna be closing it in profits, which means that anyways, moving my stop to entry was imminent, right? So we also got requests on Ton. Let's take a look at Ton. I'm not following on Ton, by the way. Maybe we can see, movement. Yeah, we have seen it. Let's just see. I don't see that push through, right? And we have look at that bunch of resistances here, right? So if you were looking for an entry, this was your entry at the flip of the ribbon and support. But if you're looking at this point, it is too late. I would say, oh, come on, Ton. Here it is. I would say that if you really want to enter here, you need to wait for the next retest. So continuation, retest, holding, and making it a trend line. And in the way up, that's your next opportunity to jump into a possible trade, especially if we are piercing through the zero line and pushing upwards in an upward movement. So yeah, I mean, right now it's just gone. We'll need to wait a little bit more. Let's take a look at the 4 hour just to see how is it playing out. But I guess exactly the same of everything else. Yes, we have a support. We're having a kind of like a meh flip of the ribbon, which is not what I would like to see. There is a money flow POC here in the way, which means most likely than not, we are going to be making a ranging here for the weekend. So you'll have your next opportunity right down here in the 4 hours in money flow, pretty bearish, pretty bearish. Unless we start seeing thinning of that bearishness on the money flow, I would not be considering entering for a long position. Just like Alex mentioned, so sad goodbye to altcoin season. We're coming back into Bitcoin season. And I mean, that's to be expected, right? We still need to hit 500,000 Bitcoin, right? Right, Alex?
Yeah. I don't know how much wacky tobacco you're smoking, but you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, guys, you know that. I mean, that is my prediction. One of my mathematical predictions. Still, that is not a reality, and I'm pushing it as a joke, despite I really wish we could get there, right? Despite I really wish we can get there. Other than that, I think it's time to wrap things up. We are 2 minutes to go. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Alex, anything that you want to say to our alumni?
Yeah, be safe out there. Manage your friggin' risk. I mean, give yourself a chance. If you want to be a trader, you got to do it. You got to. So, thank you guys for being here. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much for joining. And as always, see you guys tomorrow.